Sorry, I'm just adjusting the phone if anybody's in here. There we go. I know I'm just a few minutes behind from normal. Let me get me on my tablet over here. Okay. It's still loading on my tablet, so if you're messaging me or saying hi, I can't say anything yet because it's still coming up. There it is. I'm really excited about the card we're going to do today. I meant to come in and turn my tablet on sooner because all these old messages are coming through, and that slows down the loading. Okay, it's finally loading. And all the dings are going to come through. I'm sorry for a few minutes. I try to turn the volume down, but it's still dings. I don't know why. Okay. Well, I'm going to go share this over on my pages. I see someone out there. Okay. And I think I could share this. Every time I tell it to go to Messenger, I don't know why, but it doesn't do it. Oh, no, let's try it one more time. I don't know, it just doesn't go there. Okay. I'm going to go back to my live chat, and I'm going to go here. If you're here, say hi. If you're one of my club girls and you're on Messenger and you can't figure out how to say hi here, say hi through Messenger. I'll get it there too. So yeah, so just pop in and say hi. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go here. I'm going to copy the link. And then I'm going to go message her. And then I'm going to go to my group. I don't know why that link came up. Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to go back. I don't know what happened. You never know. If you're just getting in here, I'm trying to send my link over to my, and I don't know why. We'll see what one it sends this time. There we go. That's the right link. Okay. So now it's there. Now the ladies will know and you guys know. So I'm just going to go back and we'll get started. Okay. Well, if you're here or if you're just jumping in, I just want to let you know that I forgot to turn, I'm running a little late, and I forgot to turn my Do Not Disturb off my phone, so you may hear little tweets or dings or something from there too. I totally apologize. I'm just, I don't know, I'm running behind today. But, I sent the order, and since it's so close to the end of the month, I've gone ahead and I've changed the hostess code for the month. So the hostess code for the month for now until May 31st is DQ2CGZ3E, and it's good till May 31st. So that's the new hostess code for that. The card we're going to make today is going to be this lovely card. It's with Grace's Garden. This is the set. It comes with, I haven't had a chance to play with it. I have to say my mom had this on her wish list and I liked it. And when my mom was alive and we lived together, she lived with me, we would share. So if she was going to buy this, then I didn't buy it because I could just borrow it from her. So when Mom had passed, we hadn't ordered it yet, and I've been seeing it thinking that I really wanted to do this card. So the whole time I'm doing this card, it was kind of emotional because I am like, oh, you know, my mom would have loved this, and it's so cute, and hopefully, you know, she was watching from above and we were doing it together or whatever. So it was kind of fun. But when I first was looking at this, I'm like, oh, all that cutting if you wanted to fussy cut them. But look at all the stamps, like I did some ahead for you. When I colored this fit right around it, and it cut it right out. So I was so excited that all this has a cut for it, everything. They've really thought, and then they've added extra flowers and like extra vines. And this is, there's the stamp, this will cut these out for you. You know, the little stamps for the fence and this for the fence there. And I was just like, oh, so I was really, really excited about this stamp set. Hello and welcome. If you could say hi. Well, maybe I scared that person away. Oh, yeah. But anyways, this is the stamp set. And sorry for the little story time that I have going on. But I just had to share that with you. And so I am going to play with this stamp set. Now, I didn't want to make you wait through a lot of the stamping and the and coloring and all that. So I did a lot of the stuff ahead of time because I like to try to keep my cards within a half an hour, you know, or so if I don't get chatting too long. So this is the stamp set we're using. And because the other stamp set I was going to use for May's class monthly workshop that I have online, I have decided to change it up, and this is going to be my May workshop class. I thought I picked the date, but I didn't, but I will. It'll be in a couple weeks. So if you want to purchase this stamp set and the dies, because you will need both of them for the card class, then you could purchase it and you will get the card class for free. We do 4 cards. You will get all the supplies, everything you need to make the cards. The only thing you will need is your own adhesive, your own stamp pad, and if we do any coloring with blends or whatever, you will need those colors. If that is something that you need, you can add that onto your order. If you already have this bundle, long as you order $35 from me in the month of May, then using this hostess code, then that'll put you also in the card class. But in order to do the card class, you have to have this stamp set. So I didn't think to look up the price of this bundle. I should have looked it up ahead of time. But you want to get it now because it's a bundle. And yeah, it's in the mini catalog. And let's get started with the card before I get jabbering. The other stamp set that I did use, I want to mention that quick, is the Beautiful Moments stamp set. This is a great add-on if you want to put the girls going behind, or like I did. So this is a great add-on. So if you want to do that. But this is going to be our next workshop class. Because the other punch one in that is gone out. I didn't really have a good response to it. Some people said it was hard for them to use the punch, some of the older people. So I've decided to switch it up, and this is going to be the May class. So if you have this, just order $35 from me or more in the month of May, and you will be able to get the card class kit for free. So I have my April class coming up here. It's coming up the second week of May, and May 8th. And if you want to pop in and see what it's like, then that'll be great, because then you'll be able to see how the card class goes. So with that being said, let's get on to the card. Okay, let me get out some of the goodies that I'm going to need here. I have everything in this little bundle, or little bucket, and then I can get the bucket out of the way that we're going to need. Okay. I did stamp one image to show you how it will work when we're doing the card. So the first thing we got to do, or that you need, I'm going to put these parts off to the side. So the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a piece. I use Daffodil Delight for your base, and it's going to be 5.5 by 8.5, and we scored it at 4.25. So you're going to need that, and that's Daffodil Delight. You're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 4 by 5.25, and you're going to need 2 of them. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put one aside. So actually, we'll use this one. Put this one aside. And I'm just going to put this on my grid mat here. Actually, let me move these. This grid mat is so new that I feel like I can't move anything on it. I want to make sure I'm in the screen for you guys. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my grid paper in the best I can. In the set, it comes with this little arch frameway. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to try to center it the best I can. Eyeball it. You know, I'm trying to use these lines here and this line here to try to center it. And because I don't want it to move, I did add a little washi tape on it here. And so then I'm going to pick it up, and today I'm going to be using my Sizzix Big Shot. And I have the magnetic plate, and then I have the clear plate. Then I have the paper and then the die, and then I have another top plate. And so I'm going to crank this through my Big Shot. And I'm going to bring it over. And we'll put this aside again for a minute. And then we're going to take this off. Sometimes this will, you know, I don't know, maybe painter's tape is better, but I seem to have okay luck if I put the tape on myself. So what I mean by that is if I take the tape like this and I just stick it, you know, to your arm, to whatever, so that way you, you know, you have, yeah, I can't even talk. You'll get it less sticky so that it won't rip your paper. It just, as long as you peel it off very slowly, you shouldn't have any issue. Now save this piece, because this piece, you don't need it, but it works great for punching out some of the flowers, like the birds and the little flowers, or the bigger flowers. So it's still a good piece of scrap. Then what I went ahead and did already was I took the die. Let me get the dies back out, because I meant to do this with you guys. On a scrap piece of paper in white, I just went ahead and I ran the, you know, put the die on here, I ran it through, and then I got this cut. So I did that. So that is the next thing that I did. Then we're going to take, I thought I had my silicone mat right here, but, oh, here it is. Got it. Okay. Sorry for my squeaky chair if you hear it in the background. I don't know why it squeaks so. It's brand new. Maybe that's why it's brand new. So I am going to take a liquid adhesive here, and I'm going to just put it around. You don't want it so that it squeezes out or nothing. And you're just going to put it around the outer edge of the card. And then a little bit down here. I'm trying to keep this in the camera view. And a little bit down there. That even might be a little too much because I was holding it. But then I'm going to just kind of line it up like so. And it's just, oops. See, that's why I put it on the mat. Because you definitely want it to go over top of the opening. So there you go. And I see I have a little bit of glue, and you can let that dry and then use the eraser thing, but I have a little wet wipe here, and I'm just going to dab it from where I had it down too far. And then I got glue on this, so let's get that out of the way for a minute. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to dab if anything is hanging over, because you don't want it to stick. Not that it's going to, because we're going to have it rised up and all that stuff by the time we're done. But I just wanted to show you that's what we do there. So we have this part now, and we're going to decorate up the top of this. But before we do that, we have to cut out, we have to color our little flower here. So let's set that aside. So I'm going to take out the Daffodil Delight Dark. I just ended up using the dark for this. And I'm going to, okay. I opened up the marker, and we're just going to color. We're just going to color all these flowers. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just giving them, you know, their color. I don't have my glasses on. So I hope I'm not missing any. I think I got a couple. That's it. Okay. And then I'm going to take the old olive, and I just went and I cut, or I colored this. I'm just filling in. It's not, you don't have everything filled in. Just, you know, just give them a little color. And then I kind of went over the black to make it look more like grass on the ground, and came up here a little and gave it a little bit, just like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. And then I took that die, just like I told you, and I cut out this. So with the magic of computer or whatever, video, here it is. So I cut this out, and then I cut out another one. I cut out that one, and I cut out this little flower, this little bird, and this little birdie. So, or the little bird. I called that a bird. That's a little kitty. Oh, well, okay. So now we're going to bring this back in, and we are going to create the top of our card base here. So I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to lay this one down flat. I can't even pick these up today. So we're going to lay it down flat. So I just added a little bit of glue to the back of that. I'm going to put it right. Oops, you guys, I am sorry. You're off camera. Did not mean that. I just added glue to the back and stuck it right there. So then I'm going to take and flip these all over, because I'm going to pop all these up. Even the little birdie. Okay, so I'm going to get my dimensionals. I'm using big and small dimensionals. So I'm putting a couple big ones. I'll show you here in a second on this one. So here I ended up putting 3 large ones here on the back. And I'm going to put that one right here off to the side. Oops, I'm trying to carry it away. And then I'm going to put one tiny one on this little bird, and one fits perfectly if you position it just right. And then I'm going to take him, I'm going to put him right there. Isn't he cute? And then for the cat, I'm going to take one large one and one small one. I'm going to put a small one up on his head, and I'll show you. Let's see, right there. And I'm going to put him right around here. And then this next little flower, I took one large one and then one tiny one over here, because another large one wouldn't really fit. So, and I peeled these off, and I'm going to stick this one right over top of that. So there's the top of our card. Well, now we got to kind of sit this aside for a minute. And actually, I forgot to do one thing before I put that thing down there. Now, I'm going to have to get another scrap paper, because I jumped ahead of myself, because I'm always so excited. But you guys get to see that we make mistakes too. What I should have done, and I'll explain it to you as I'm going here. I'm going to put this S to be the same size as the one that I got. So cut this. I'm cutting this piece at 5 1/4 by 4. Just like I said, you had to have 2 pieces for this, remember? And then I went back and I put one piece aside like that, and I cut this piece out. I lined it up with my paper. My problem is I don't even know if I'm going to be able to line this up perfectly. Oh boy, let's see. I might be able to do something here. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. Nothing like being live and screwed up stuff, huh? Let me try it. I'm going to try to replace this back on the back. Now you guys can see if you make this mistake. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to put a little repositioner. I put some repositioner tape on the back of this. I put this back in here. Now I'm going to set this up and I'm going to line this up. This is not how I made my original card. I don't think that one is right enough. Okay. Then I'm going to put this down just like that, because that's the centerpiece that I want. And I'm going to take a pencil now because of the fact that I screwed this up. But I will show you what you normally would do before you put your, oops. Only reason I'm doing this is the one I just cut out I saw was a little bit shorter than the other one. So I didn't want. So now I drew around the outside of this because I made a mistake. All right. But let's go back to where I want to show you what you would have done if I hadn't have made the mistake. Sorry, I'm not. So what you would have done is you would have lined this up like I showed you in the beginning with either something to make it look center the best you could. And then you would run it through. And let's run it through because you need to see this part again. Okay, and I ran it through. And then we're going to peel this off slowly. Now this is where normally you would bring in this other piece. You see my pieces aren't perfectly evened up, so I didn't want to do that. So you're going to bring in, you would bring in your other piece, you would sit this down, and then you would ink up and you would stamp this in there before we put it all together. So I forgot to do that part. So now what I got to do, because I forgot, is I put that piece on the back and I traced around with the pencil, which is fine. And now we're going to take the Memento ink and we're going to ink this up. And we're going to line this up, the grass up at the bottom of that pencil mark. But normally you would just stamp right between the two pieces like I showed you just a minute ago. Just like that. So normally you would have this hole all undecorated and you would line this up like this and then you would position your stamp in there and you would stamp it. But because I forgot to do that part first, this is where the pencil comes in. And actually I thought maybe I'd have to erase the pencil mark, but this extra border and stuff doesn't have to do that. So you can choose which way you want to do it. I screwed up and did it the wrong way that I did it the first time. Well, I consider it the wrong way because of the way I did it the first time. But so now we're going to get coloring the girl. Okay. I have a little ladybug that seems to want to follow me around today in here. As long as it don't fly at me, I'm doing okay. So, let's see. Why do I feel like my phone? I'm going to tip my phone. My phone seems like it wants to, sorry. I thought I could tip it, but it seems like it wants to fall up there. I must not have something quite tight enough. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color her flowers. Her flowers are the purple that I colored right there. And they are colored in Highland Heather. And I'm just kind of dabbing them. Let me get my glasses because this is farther away and I'm not on top of it. Because I'm trying to keep it in camera view. So I hope everybody has been... quarantine is doing good. Today is a gorgeous day out there. I mean, I went and took the dog out for a few minutes and I was like, wow, it's windy here in New York, but it is nice out. And then I took the old olive light and I just went around all these marks that look like they should be leaves or flowers or whatever to me. Grass. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. So there's this. And then I went ahead and I took the ivory and I colored in her arms. Now, everyone sometimes says the ivory looks dark. Well, it is, but if you look at the original one, after it absorbs in, it lightens up. So it really does look really good. And then I'm going to do the hair. And I just end up, I just use, what color do I use? Soft Suede Light. And I'm just kind of coloring her hair. And I did this card because I think Mother's Day is coming up. I did stamp Happy Mother's Day on this. Now, if you don't have a mother, I understand. I don't have one, but I have sisters that, or nieces that have mothers. I have friends that still have mothers, and friends that are a mother that I might want to send it to. Or you could always put happy birthday on here and send it to, you know, somebody for their birthday. It doesn't have to be just because it says Mother's Day. So you can always change the greeting. But I wanted to show for people that still do have mothers out there, some Mother's Day card. Tell you, I would be loved to be giving my mother right now a Mother's Day card. In the beginning, I had mentioned that she lived with us and she'd passed. She's only been gone 4 months, I think, almost 5 here in May 13th. And May 12th would have been her 80th birthday. It's still hard, you know, you never get over it. And I miss her every day. I miss her talks. And we did we did cards together, and I miss it. I miss getting excited with her. We got as a demonstrator, you get to look at the catalog ahead of time. And her and I used to get all excited and ooh and ah and everything over it. And she wasn't here this year to do that with. And so that was a little sad, but well, enough about the sad stuff. Oh, let's move on. So anyways, this is the card, what it looks like so far. So then I took some old olive, and I took an old olive sponge that I have, and I just dabbed it. And then you kind of want to, let me find my little, where's my bucket? Oh, here's my bucket. Okay. You kind of want to start off the page a little bit. So you're going to start off the page and then go up. See, I didn't quite go off the page quite enough there. And then you're going to go up into it a little bit. I just want to give this grass. It doesn't really matter what this looks like down here because you're not going to see it. I just kind of wanted to give it a little grass up in here because you will see a little bit of it coming through. So that's it. That's all I did for that. And then you're going to take this one. You're going to take the Balming Blue. And I got a sponge. And you're going to sponge this up. This time we're going to flip it over. This is just a laminated grid paper that Stampin' Up! Sells for your Stamp-A-Majig thing. And I use it instead of keep using scrap paper over and over and stuff. So I use this. And I'm just going lightly around her. I'm not really touching her. I don't know if you could see. And I'm just going ever so lightly around around her. Up here I'm getting a little darker. And then just keep going around lightly. Get closer to her flowers. And it looks like I've done hardly nothing when you look at that. You think, oh, she hardly even touched it. But I'll tell you, when we put this other white piece on there, it does have a difference. You will definitely see. And then what I just do with this piece, when I'm done, I wipe it off. And I got it again. So I absolutely love that little scrap piece there. And it works wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to take and we're going to pop dot this up. See the blue? Can you see the difference now? I mean, maybe in person it just shows it so much more. Let me try to hold it up to the camera. Can you see the blue now? Well, it shows it better. I'm seeing it on the camera. It's not really showing it good, but it is definitely darker and it looks wonderful. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and we're going to pop dot this thing like crazy. So be prepared because you want lots of dots. So I end up putting a lot of dots on this. So if you've seen one of my, I'll have to update it. But I shared a little video of my new Stampin' Up! Organizer in front of me. And it has given me lots and lots of room here. And then I bought this new mat. And I love it. It has the grid paper and everything on it. And I'm just very excited about it. So, yeah. And if you like it, I mean, I'll show you when it's all done. I still have one more part. And I thought I ordered it the other day when I was videoing. I thought I had another blend. I need another blend pen organizer. And I thought I had it, and I do not. Okay. I didn't put them close enough, but the last one I had 3, but I put 2 little minis, which still is enough. I mean, I probably overkilled this, but when you're putting it on top of something, and it's going to have a little big hole in the middle, you kind of want it to look, you know, look nice. So got my garbage can a little far away from me. So I'm not sure where everybody is today. So it's just me and the computer, and maybe a lot of people are busy. It's so gorgeous out. I would want to be out there too after being stuck in. But yeah, they can watch them on the flip side. Well, anyways, I'm going to take this, and how I do this is I sit this up and sit this up in front of it, slowly work my way to the card, and you could see that it's level there, and then I put it down and I pat it. And that's how I do when you have to put cards together like that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you could have cut this up and made it so the doors could open a little bit, but I didn't do that. I kind of left it as is. And one thing I forgot to do, and hopefully this does not ruin, again, I got ahead of myself with the pop dots. And we're going to take this and we're going to stamp right down here in the bottom, Happy Mother's Day. And it didn't do bad. It looks good. So there we go. And that's what I did with that. And now we're just going to take some glue and we're going to put it on the back of this card. And we just put it down. Sorry if I'm out of camera view again. I've got to reposition. I just asked my husband to help me reposition my mounts here. So we're going to be switching that up so it'll be a little bit more center. So maybe I won't be all wonky. But these are the cards. This is what I did. Is this not a lovely, lovely cards? I just absolutely love them, and someone would so enjoy these. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. And we will do a drawing next week. And since there's no one on here, I can't give it to them as a winner card. So I will do this next week. I will draw the previous winner. Well, I will draw this one that we did the week that was supposed to get drawn, and we were supposed to have this drawn. So we will draw all 3 of these next week. So leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and you will get a chance to win one of these cards. And thanks for stopping by. And I hope you're out there being safe and trying to do the best you can do with the certain situations that we're in right now. So if you would like to join into my class for next month, please go to Bonnie's Creative Place.stampinup.net and use this hostess code, and it's good till May 1st. And any orders, any size is very appreciative. I really thank you all for your support. So thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.